All right, here we go with part two. Well, what I did, you guys, I left off in video one because I had to literally work on every single. When I get into it, I get into it. I worked on every single little cut of the die cut here because every one of them had dings on it. And I'm proud to show you guys that overall it turned out really, really nice. I can still see a little bit of a soft spot there, you guys, but I'm not going to push on it too hard. It's just like, look at it right there. It looks great. Just a little bit off. All that cleaned up really well. The bottom was hit pretty hard. I was able to get those sharp again. Let's do a flip. So this was, I showed you guys in the first one. It's hard to, you can't do anything when you're missing, you know, some paper right there, but I worked around it. And look at that. You guys, I literally spent hours on this thing, but look at it. I'm just so proud of how it turned out. And it was just you guys using the corner tool. Of course, my McDonald's straw. I put humidity on these and just kept working them slowly, but check it out. I want you guys to be inspired by this, so when you see this, you know, dings on your die cuts or even just a regular card, you have the confidence to go at it. The bottom was, again, not good at all. And this one looked exhausting, and it was, but I tell you what, it was so worth it. It's such a beautiful card. So we're on the final steps. It needs to be shined up. So we're just gonna give it a finishing polish here and tuck it away. It was, sometimes you guys, you'll work on something and it literally takes, you know, 10 minutes, and those are awesome when that happens. But other times you'll put in 2.5, 3 hours working on edges or corners, but it's such a good feeling, and I encourage you to do it. So let's just finish this up. I'm going to turn it. I actually want to stay away from the buzz saw. I was able, you guys, to use my straw and some hot breath in there, and I just wiped those off. I just want to get the main body of the card shiny again, because if you own one of these or have ever seen one of these in person, they are magnificent when they're shiny. So let's get it back to looking new. And I'm just going to put my microfiber on my finger, and we're going to go from the west coast to the east coast and get this off. One direction, staying away from the edges. I'm going to have nightmares about these corners and edges. I definitely worked out my hand, but put in the time. It's definitely rewarding and worth it. All right, the bottom is booming. You can almost see like a faint line from his belt line across of where I just pulled off like the years of oxidation on this thing. So, all right, what do I want to do? Bottom looks good. And I'm just going to cover the bottom now and give the top a quick polish. And we got to do the back too. The back's a little dull. And there are like little faint little kind of little scratches there at the top that they might be in the foil. So I'm not going to mess with them too much. It's not like modern day print lines that you see me work on. It's like literally a scratch on the card. So I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope that it comes off, but I'm not going to press too hard in that area. I am just going to move up here, guys, and I'm picking up right before I get to the top of that buzzsaw area. I know from the video it might look like I'm right on it, but I'm not. Looks great. And normally, you guys, I film the entire process, but literally this took me over 2 hours. I think I started on it a little, yeah, over 2 hours it took me. So it was the same exact discipline that I showed in the first one, just working on one little piece of the die cut at a time and going from front to back, front to back, front to back. Well, actually, that was good. I'm glad I used a touch of the polish up in that area. It didn't remove the whole line, but it definitely reduced it down. So, looks sweet. Not great? Let's do the back and then put this one away. Yep, I'm just going to go in the middle on this one, and I'm going to do the right side first. It just, you know, has handled throughout the years, and it'll get that oily buildup on it. So let's get it off. And let's not hit the buzzsaw. So if you guys got one of these, I would say go ahead and work on it. It takes a polish awesome. And you might have to take a day off to work on the die cut, but take your time, it'll be worth it. So Griffey right here looks real dull and dingy. So this is the final stretch here, and I'm happy to be using the polish here and just finishing the shine off of it. This was a gnarly one to work on. But you guys are awesome, and you give me a lot of requests, and I've had a lot of requests for a die cut. So I found a few of the craziest ones I could come up with. All right, let's do the reveal. Looks sweet. No more splits. I'll put the pictures on, guys, with that. There was splits on every one on the top. That's good there. Sharp. No splits there. The whole bottom was open. There were splits on all the edges. This is like a natural like nub, you guys, that comes on the card. And even though it's not attractive, it's not like paper. You don't want to remove stuff like that. I don't touch stuff like that. Just leave it. It's like part of the card. All right, so no splits there. And let's do an inspection on the back. This is where it was real tricky, you guys. I'll show the pictures, but check her out. And that polish just makes it rip. That looks so good. The top was tricky. The whole thing was tricky, but the only real blem, you guys, I can really find on it is just some missing paper that I can't do anything with, and I was able to get that kind of that faint line almost to go away. So I'm happy with it. So there we go. King Griffey Jr., one of the greatest ever, 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 and it was a pleasure showing you guys this one. This is a beautiful card. So you guys rock. Keep up the good work. Keep inspiring me, showing me what you guys are doing. I tell you what, I love seeing the progress and the feedback and the questions. So I'll be back with more cool stuff for y'all soon. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care. Later.